Today I'm going to be showing you some minor upgrades that I've done to the Eachine Novice-IV Ready to Fly package. Now, that's not to say that you need to do these minor upgrades. In fact, all of this works great out of the box, which is surprising for an Eachine product, but it is a product that I would recommend to anybody, really. It's everything that you need in one package. However, when I did a range test with this guy, I surprisingly found out that the control range of the transmitter was better than the video range. And most beginners probably aren't going to stretch that range, but the way that this is set up is that it has a GPS rescue on the failsafe, which means that when you lose control signal, it will return to home. However, because the control signal outperforms the video signal, if you lose your video signal, there's no way to enable GPS rescue to get it to come back when you lose video. So I have added a GPS rescue switch. So in order to do that, we get the Radio Master TX12 and go into Model, and then page over to the Outputs tab, or the mixer as it's called, and then on channel 7 I just created a new entry, but because I've already done that there, I just go into edit and I changed this switch SC to GPS rescue, which is that one there. So you literally just press that and then the switch and it selects it for you. So that's everything in the transmitter, very easy. And then you just need to go into the Modes tab and under GPS Rescue, just set a range for that switch. I have it at the top. And that is it. Another thing that I did was in the Receiver tab, I set some RC deadband to the value of 10, and that is because there is some drift. It's probably on this cheap D8 receiver, and yeah, you could mess around with sub trims and stuff like that, but I found it just easier to set a value of 10 so that we don't get any movement in the middle of the sticks, and that sorted that problem out. I think another modification that you should do as well is to secure the antennas better for the control link, because these are just going to hit the props and the antenna straws that they give you are too loose. So a better way to secure those, and maybe some cable ties, or if you can find some thicker antenna straws, that would do the job. Another thing that I wanted to mention as well is the lost model alarm buzzer. Now, it's a little bit quirky. It's got a built-in 1S LiPo so that it can act as a lost model alarm when the battery disconnects. However, this one came out of the box with it not turned on. So if I plug this in here, you can see that we don't get any sounds from it at all. And also, the buzzer, which is this switch here, doesn't do anything. And this lost model alarm buzzer works in the reverse to a usual lost model alarm, which is kind of cool, but if you forget to turn it on when you fly, then you've got no alarm at all. So it's plugged in now, and if you press this button here, you'll get a positive tone. And at that point, the buzzer is turned on, and if we activate the lost model alarm, very loud, but that doesn't work if it's turned off. And if it did throw a battery now, if I disconnect that, it looks like it's completely gone off. But if you wait 30 seconds, then it will start to alarm. Like I say, if you've forgotten to do that with your flight, then you've got no buzzer whatsoever. So you have to remember to do that every flight. And I guess if you know that you're going to be flying in close, then you don't have to turn it on, because it can be frustrating when you get that, sometimes you'll have finished the flight, landed successfully, unplugged everything, and then, you put this back in your bag and all of a sudden your bag is beeping. So I kind of like it, but also at the same time, if you forget to turn it on and you lose your model, then it's completely lost, I guess, or you have no beeper to find where your model is. So be wary of that. Anyways, let's go and test out the GPS rescue mode now that I have set it up. Alrighty, well, the last time that I flew this guy, I was getting more range out of the onboard receiver than I was the video, which is actually really great for a D8 receiver. It's impressive even. But the way that Eachine has set the Novice-IV ready to fly package up is that there's no GPS rescue switch. Instead, it's set up to fail-safe when it runs out of control, which, unless you turn the transmitter off, that's actually not going to happen because your video will wig out before anything else. But the problem is, if you are going for long range, like this guy states that you can, when you run out of video, you no longer have an ODIA switch. You, I guess, could try and point back with no heading whatsoever. But I don't think that's going to be very helpful. So you need to go out further than 200 meters, and before I try it, so that beep there, that's the RSSI getting low, but it seems that it doesn't matter if that gets too low, even though it's in the 30s there. It went 750 meters. I don't know, some people are saying 750 meters, not long range. It is ridiculous long range for a beginner. And ridiculous long range for myself as well. Okay, I'm gonna take it up a little bit higher. We've only got 7 satellites here, but anyways, let's try GPS return to home mode now. Is it doing it? I think it's doing it. Then it should give you control back, right? Well, I flipped the switch and got control back. Okay, let's try that again now. GPS return to home. Hands off the sticks. Let's see what it does with the pitch. Yeah, it's moving the pitch. And it's keeping the rudder straight, or the yaw, and then it's let go when I'm right over the top of myself. I think, oh no, it's still not let go, so it's sort of just going to hover over the top of me there. So there you go, that's it. It's actually working. And maybe they just didn't want the responsibility of people, you know, oh, I pressed return to home and the thing didn't return to home. Well, yes, if you don't have enough satellites and, you know, if you haven't set it up properly, then it won't. So now, hopefully what I can do is come over here. I'm getting close to the altitude there. So when my video disappears, or starts to disappear, well, the RSSI getting lower than before actually. The trees are a little bit thicker now. About 750 meters, and the video started wigging out as it is doing there. It's still going 800 meters. Okay, let's flick GPS return to home, let's see what happens. See if it actually comes in the right direction. Lost the video altogether there. I suppose it's because... Is it coming back? Just looks like it's hovering, man. I mean, I know where it is. Is it because I touched the sticks? I mean, I've got it back, but I don't like what it's doing. It's going too low. Okay, let's come out of that. See, this is, I don't trust this system. Okay, now that we've got video back, this thing's beeping like crazy. Look like, I think maybe the settings, it's set to drop the altitude. But it didn't feel like it was going anywhere then. Okay, we're at like just 400 meters here. Let's try again. It levels out. And is that what it does for a second? Or is it just the fact that I'm coming back quicker? No, there we go. So it takes a while until it starts going, yeah, let's come back to home. And then levels out. So maybe that was me, you know, panicking a little bit there. But my video is getting worse. What's my voltage? 14.7. So I don't like the fact that it just sort of hovers there for a little bit, because you just want it to come back as quick as possible. And the better the height, really. I mean, you know, I'm just cruising on the legal limit here, but the better the height, then, you know, the more chance you've got of, you know, if the thing drops for whatever reason, of like rearming. That's going into the low 30s, that is. Okay, let's, I think I wouldn't want to go more than 750. You really start to lose things there. So, I don't like that it's wobbling there either. I've hardly got any video. It's sort of, yeah, so it's pointing to the right direction there. It feels like it is drifting. Okay, now it's moving forward. Let's look at the height there. The height is really dropping. Just going to sort of hold my antenna in the right direction. Oh, losing video. Okay, well, let's just hope that it comes back then. I mean, I can see the patch now. And we are at 80 meters. And it's come back. It's come back. It just feels weird. It feels like it drifts really far. There you go. This little Eachine model really can do anything, you know. I don't think you could push the VTX really much more than 750 meters anyways, you know, despite it having that long antenna on there. It's not the most powerful of VTXs, but this is a beginner package, you know. So let's see what we can do here. Make sure that I've got enough battery for this, because 14.4 volts. We want to be landing at 14 ideally, so I am pointing my patch antenna in the direction, and it is just sort of getting weaker, you know. And I really don't like that beeping when it hits 40. 800 meters. And then let's, it's drifting on its own there. Let's flick the return to home switch, the oh dear switch. Completely lost video there. Don't like that wobble. This model does sort of tend to wobble when it's got the stock battery. And use the Li-ion battery and it doesn't wobble at all. Is that coming back just very slowly? Or is it just going to land? Oh, that seemed to take ages for it to start tipping forward there. Kind of know where we are, but that's tipping forward a lot, that is. What height's it come down to? Oh, nearly lost the video then. It's very sketchy, man. I would only ever use this as a last-ditch attempt, and the only reason that I've set this up on this Eachine model really is because it is cheap. And you know, if it gets lost, it gets lost. I wouldn't want it to, because it's a great model. But, well, there you go. That is GPS rescue set up on a Switch. A 10-minute flight time doing that, just with this stock battery, so that's pretty good. I think the number of satellites stayed at 7, but I wasn't really looking at that. I was really looking at, oh, where am I going to have to walk with this thing? This is the real deal, man. It's the real deal. I mean, it works out of the box, just a couple of settings that I would change, including this GPS rescue. You know, you can go back and watch my range test on this model, and the video was just going away before the control. It's very close between the two, though, it seems. So, you know, 850 meters, that's when your video is going to go out. Yeah, you can check me on that. But there you go, that is GPS rescue mode on the Eachine Novice-IV ready to fly package. Great little package. Some people saying, oh, it's too expensive, but yes, if you have a look, everything is becoming expensive. Component prices have gone up. Didn't Emacs say 20% increase on their prices? So no one wants to pay 20% increase on Eachine, but I'm afraid that does include everyone. This is a superb hobby. And yeah, I might not able to have as many nice things, but I'd rather have the ability to buy them at all. And yeah, this Eachine Novice-IV ready to fly package, everything you need, man. And you can even tweak it, even though I never touched beta flight when I got it first, you know, just charge the batteries, put it in the bag, off it went. You can stick Lions on there. The tune's better with Lions. I go for the 3000 milliamp hour Fullsend 4S Lions. It was more dialed in with that. The picture out of this thing, it's clean as anything. It's cleaner than any model I've ever built. All of those things don't sound right for an Eachine model, but sometimes they get it right. Sometimes accidentally right, I think, with this one. So, again, link in the video description as well as the pinned comment if you wish to get one. It gets my thumbs up of approval, which is rare for an Eachine product. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.